Hi, long time no see. It's MK, and it's been a minute. I don't think I've really touched this account for a good year, maybe 2, dare I say 3? I think I have posted some shorts here and there, but I haven't really sat down and drawn for YouTube, maybe ever, honestly. So yeah, here I am. I have wanted to make a video for a really long time, but I have this fear that I'm really not good and that there's gonna be someone in my comments who's an amazing artist who looks at my art and thinks, this is awful. Why did you post this? So it's been really difficult for me, just, I guess, dealing with imposter syndrome, trying to decide if I'm worth posting for, if that makes any sense. I guess I just mean there's so many amazing artists out there. There's people who have gone to art school and studied art and they're amazing, and I'm just some dork who picked up art as a hobby and I don't really know anything at all. And I guess I thought, what better way to get out of this really weird feeling of art block and inadequacy than drawing my favorite character a bunch of times. So this is a Bakugou Katsuki spread. He's a character from My Hero Academia, and he's kind of been like my livelihood for 5 years. He is just my favorite little guy. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, guys. I feel like I've been just so scared to touch paper, in the sense that drawing has been such a chore for me, instead of a hobby. And drawing has been something I've loved since I was a kid. And it's always been one of those things where I never wanted to take a class for it or really pursue it as a career because I wanted it to stay something that I loved. And for a little bit when I was in high school, I did take like an art class, and my art teacher was like, you should really join like, art 2, when you're like, you get to advance to the next level. She was like, you should really join art 2, you'd really enjoy it. But I didn't, because I was just scared of wanting more and realizing that I'm not good, which now that I'm a little older, I realize that's really a flawed concept, because art is so open-ended, and I know that there's some art styles that people adore and other people think looks terrible, and then there's some art that maybe I don't really vibe with that other people really love. So my 16-year-old logic was extremely flawed, and sometimes it still is. Sometimes I still want to be perfect, but I also understand that I'm never going to be a perfect artist if I don't pick up a pencil and practice. And maybe I'll never become perfect, and that's okay. Maybe I'm just going to be the artist that I am. I'm trying to get comfortable with that because it's just so hard to draw and not be great right away, which isn't really fair, because who is good right away? It takes practice, right? I don't know. Right now I am drawing Bakugou Katsuki just in like a t-shirt, I don't know. I didn't really have like inspiration, because honestly that man's style, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea what he would even wear. I can't even begin to think about what he would wear, so I just drew him in a white shirt. And I'm using I think it's called a monograph pencil, and it's 0.3 lead, because I just love a skinny pencil. I cannot deny. I feel like it makes everything less intimidating because the lines are so skinny. I don't have to commit to a line. It's so easy to erase. So I don't know if y'all people have this problem. I guess it's not really a problem. I wear it like a badge of honor. But I'm kind of that like obligatory artist sister, artist child, artist cousin, where, you know, every time my birthday or Christmas rolls around and people are like, oh my gosh, what should we get MK? The answer is always like, I don't know, let's just go on Amazon and find like markers or paint or sketchbooks. So I have like a bajillion like markers and sketchbooks and all that, and honestly, I love every second of it, I can't lie, like I'm not ungrateful. So these are alcohol-based markers, I believe, and they're just from Amazon. My thing is I'll never ask for like expensive art supplies for like a gift or anything. I'd rather buy that on my own. And again, I'm not gonna spend money on stuff that I haven't mastered, and I really haven't ever used alcohol-based markers. So this was kind of like experimental. But yeah, anyways, I got these for either Christmas or my birthday, and I wanted to try them. I wanted to convince myself that I could do it. I could use markers. Markers aren't scary. But, you know, contrary to my thoughts on my skinny pencil, I think that markers are terrifying because they are very, very permanent. And they're really hard to fix if you mess up. These are just the Brill color alcohol-based markers, I believe. Like I said, they're from Amazon, but I really, really like them. They, like, when I opened, they came in like this little bag. When I opened the bag, I was like blown away. There were so many colors. I love that it has the skinny tip and then the thicker tip, which I'm sure all alcohol-based markers have, but, you know, I'm not skilled in the craft, so I don't know. But I really was just super impressed with these. I cannot lie. All of this today is recorded, like, you know, in real time. Like, I didn't really plan beforehand because I was working all day. I just knew that when I got home, I wanted to draw something and color something. So I did also speed this up just because I feel like it takes me literal hours to come to a decision. So yeah, I sped some stuff up. Like, even here, I'm just literally trying to decide hair color, and it's taking me like 5 swatches. This actually turned out way better than I really had anticipated. I was honestly expecting it to be a throwaway sketch. I just wanted to get myself comfortable with recording and using markers. So I'm really pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. And I can safely say that, honestly, the acrylic-based markers, I really liked it, actually. It's definitely not my favorite form of art, but I can appreciate it now that I've dipped my toes in the water. I'm not so scared of it. Oh, sorry if you saw my cat. She was making an appearance. To finish this off, I just outlined him in a micron pen. I don't know the exact size that I use, but I assume it's something thin because this drawing is not that big, so I tried to keep the lines relatively small. Okay, so then the day ended and I just had to go to bed. I wasn't gonna finish that sketch in one day, or the spread in one day. So this is the next day and it's after work, and I was so tired this day. Just from my job, I have just a really emotionally and mentally draining job, and it just really takes everything out of me to go to work each day. And when I come home, I just want to go to bed, but I know that's not healthy, and I need to have hobbies, and I need to have things that make me happy, and they don't have to be things that I'm necessarily great at, they just have to be things. So again, I thought, let me draw my favorite character. So here I am, and today the goal was I want to learn how to use paint pens, I think. Acrylic paint pens? That's what they're called, right? Why does that feel... Maybe I'm tired. I did just get off work. I'm recording this voiceover in the car right now. I'm not driving. Guys, I respect traffic laws. I'm just sitting in the garage. Sorry. Maybe I should go inside. Yeah? Yeah. Let me just go inside really quick. Again, most of this is sped up. This isn't like the actual speed at which I draw, very obviously. I just have this thing where I could literally stare at a blank sheet of paper for like 20 minutes contemplating, because I didn't really look for references or anything like that. I just knew that I wanted to draw him, and this time I wanted to draw him in his little hero uniform, so that's what I'm doing. I also take like a bajillion hours to figure out his hair every single time. I've been drawing this guy for maybe like 5 years, and it's still every time I draw his hair, it's such a struggle. But yeah, so it is sped up. If it's something that interests you, I could do like a real-time video, like like a drawing video where I actually like show like how long it takes, but I don't know. Is that even interesting? Do people even want to watch that? Because this took forever. This was like a 40-minute video. Then I tried to do those weird things that he puts on his neck, and I just kind of got frustrated with it because what are they? Why does he have those? I don't understand. Like, not to be a hater, but was it necessary? Why did you have to put that there? Why is that your design? Why did you want those? Because I know he picked it. He's not real. Anyways, so I drew his winter costume. I'm also adding those little like sparkles. If you're like a My Hero Academia fan, then you know exactly what those sparkles are. Those are like, they've slowly, I feel like those little like star sparkles, they've slowly turned into like his thing, like his signature thing. When he makes like little blasts or whatever, he has those like, those little sparkles. I don't know. I don't know what you call them. Anyways, yes, acrylic markers. Here is me testing out the colors that I'm going to use because, again, classic MK, I literally cannot make a single decision unless it takes me like an hour. I'm also using like 3 different brands of acrylic paint markers. These are grabby, which are pretty cool. I actually like them a lot. I like all of my acrylic markers. But yeah, I used some grabby ones, and then to my left are the shuttle art, I believe, acrylic markers. And then I also just got some acrylic markers off Amazon. I'm pretty sure my partner's mom got those for me, the black one right there. So yeah, I'm pulling from like 3 different brands here. For me, I really hated how I started this off, honestly. I hated the base color that I put down. I really honestly hated the drawing, but I had already committed to it, and I'm trying to, again, convince myself that not everything in a sketchbook has to be perfect all the time. I don't have to love the drawing that I made to practice coloring with paint markers, you know? So I kept going, I pushed through. I definitely made some mistakes, definitely made some errors, but I'm learning, and for some reason, that made me really happy to know that I was learning a new skill. I think that ever since I graduated and I kind of stopped learning and started working, everything's just kind of been hard and it feels kind of meaningless. I feel like I'm one of those people that always has to be learning. I always want to do something new. And I don't miss school, really, because it was so hard. Everything surrounding school, like socially, was exhausting, but sometimes I do miss learning. Like, sometimes I'll catch myself missing math worksheets, which is insane to me because pre-calculus was a nightmare, but sometimes I miss it. So anyways, it felt good to be learning. And I do think for a little bit, like, this looks crazy. Right now, this looks crazy. The lighting is also a little flawed. I think it was around like 5 o'clock here, and I have like an overhead light on, but my camera's tilted funny, and it looks crazy, okay? You don't have to tell me it looks crazy, because I already know. And maybe the end product looks crazy, but you know, the end product ends up being something that I'm pretty okay with. Like, I'm happy with how it turned out. I kind of make like an executive decision here that I'm going to do some of the outlining in red, and that ends up being like my favorite part of the whole drawing. I start to kind of stick to like red and purple, and somehow it like works out really well. I don't know how that happened. It was honestly a mistake. I also gave him like lips, which right now looks crazy, but I literally never give my characters like any lips at all. So I don't know, it was like weird, but I actually ended up really liking it. It turned out pretty good in my opinion. Boom, purple. I don't even know why I added purple. Like, I'm not mad at it, but I was kind of like surprised myself with that one. I was like, whoa, guys, purple. A little bit of brown. I actually regret adding the brown, I'm not gonna lie. But like the purple and the red, okay, alright, okay, that's kind of cool. We're kind of on something here, right? Okay, there's that brown again. I'm pretty sure I go over that brown. Yeah. Not loving the eyebrows either, but I'm trying not to pick everything apart. Okay, it's fine. Like, they're just eyebrows. He's just, like, extremely unhappy about something. I don't know, extremely unimpressed. Which, you know what? He is an unimpressed little guy, so that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I also went back to a micron pen just for the eyes, guys, just for the eyes. Everything else I stayed true to myself, and I let myself be uncomfortable. But sometimes you just gotta go back to the stuff that you're comfortable with, okay? I just had to use a micron pen. Okay, now boom, you can't tell, but it's the next day again, and I survived the horrors of work. And all day at work, I was like, yeah, I need to add more purple. I thought about it like all day, and I was like, it truly just like needed to be done. Purple is one of my favorite colors, and for some reason, I feel like purple and orange, pretty spiffy, if you ask me. So yeah, I committed, and I really actually was super happy that I added the purple. I really, really liked it. I feel like the other thing that's just really amazing about this, and you could say that the purple was a catalyst for this, if you felt like it, but what was really amazing about this is that I was excited to draw, which hasn't happened in a long time, because I've been just super depressed, and I haven't wanted to draw because if it wasn't perfect, it was going to make me sad, and I didn't want to be sad. But I was like excited to draw. I was looking forward to something at work, which never happens because I hate work and it drains me. But drawing made me happy for the first time in a really long time, which I guess sounds a little silly, but I think this was a big deal for me, and I feel like I finally got some creative juices flowing, if you get what I'm saying. And I don't know, it was just like kind of a new experience, so trying new things really got me out of my art block, out of my funk, and I don't know, I'm just so happy. I'm really, really happy that I want to draw again, because I had felt like I lost that. I felt like I wasn't an artist anymore, like I had just lost all artistic abilities because I was so sad. I also go back to that red outline, and I loved adding this red outline. Like, I feel like it really just like made everything pop. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I really liked that red outline, guys. I cannot lie. I can't say that I'm like super happy about how the hair turned out. Like the darker outline, I don't think I like. I think I should have done a lighter outline, but I couldn't find a lighter outline. But I try not to focus too much on it, and I don't think it looks terrible in the end. And there's that red outline again, just love of my life, love that red outline. Then I try to do the stars. I hate the stars. We're just not even gonna look at it or talk about it. I just don't even know who those stars are. Really, I have no idea what compelled me to do this, but for some reason I thought it would be a great idea to put a blue outline around the other drawing, you know, the alcohol-based markers drawing. Like, rookie mistake, MK, seriously, I don't know. I just was like, I want to be cool, I want to be different, maybe I can add some, like, movement over here, because I felt like the paint drawing on the left was so fun and vibrant, and then the acrylic markers were lacking. So I guess this is your reminder to stop while you're ahead, because I don't like that. I don't know why I did that. And then really, I didn't know what else to put in the spread, because I was just so in love with my little acrylic marker drawing that, like, I was done. How do you fill a sketchbook? I don't know. I was running out of ideas, so I wanted to draw his eyes, because his eyes are, like, my favorite part about him, especially, like, when actual artists, like, talented artists, not me, but, like, actual artists, I like when they draw his eyes. So I wanted to, yes, draw his eyes, and then I wanted to, like, kind of make the eyes look like the stars or, like, the explosions, because if you don't watch My Hero Academia, his quirk is explosions, so he has, like, a superpower, and he can emit explosions from his hands. So I wanted to make his eyes look like explosions. Did I achieve that? No. But did I try something new and something a little spooky? Perhaps? I don't know. Stop grilling me. I don't know. Okay, so then my phone died, and you missed some stuff, but I basically just added some gold stars because I found a gold marker, and I was like, wow, I wish I would have known about that when I was making the stars on the left. So then I added more stars. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but, like, it's fine. Art is about making mistakes, learning from them, and, just moving forward. So it's fine. So I went back to a micron pen because I just needed her in this moment, in this trying time. I just needed it, okay? So went back to her, and then I think I go in with like a Prismacolor marker at some point as well. So, and it was like, I got it for like 25 cents at like a yard sale or something. But I actually really like it, so I'm glad I grabbed it. I feel like this spread in general is very end of My Hero Academia core. Like, this is definitely, if you haven't finished it, you're probably looking at this and being like, I don't get it. But, like, I feel like if you read the manga, you get it, right? Do we get it? Or am I, like, stupid? I don't know. I can't even think about My Hero Academia ending. It makes me so sad. I watched My Hero Academia since I was, like, literally a child. And now I'm not a child anymore. I'm a big kid. So it's, like, crazy stuff that it's ending. It makes me so sad because I love the characters. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna love anything the same way I love this cartoon. Like, I don't know, it's just sentimental to me. And so I'm, like, a little scared to catch up on the anime. I don't know. When they put out the new season, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I just don't want it to end. I don't know if it's, like, some weird warped FOMO that I have or what. Because I already read the manga. Like, I already know what happens. But it's, like, once it ends and it's over, it's just, like, I don't know. Like, do I need to go to therapy about this? I don't know. I feel like the eye is one of the most important parts of the drawing, and I simply lack the skill to draw a good eye. Like, this isn't a good example because it's like an explosion star eye, but trust when I say I really don't know how to draw good eyes. Like, the inside, the iris, the fun stuff, the colors, like, how am I supposed to get like that? Maybe colored pencil on top of acrylic pens, right? That might be a good idea. Thinking about it. Okay, that's gonna be our next idea for the sketchbook. I'm gonna put colored pencil over acrylic markers, right? I don't know. Might be cool. Okay, I don't know what possesses me to do this, but I rub the eyebrow as if that's not paint. Like, I don't know why, but it's see, what? Why would you do that? Why would you rub the eyebrow? So the eyebrow is, like, scuffed. Like, it's scuffed at the top. You can't tell. And then I outline the eyeballs in my pen, the love of my life. And as I'm doing so, I mess up. Like, I mess up. I'm almost done and I mess up. There's my cat's feet again. Like, it's coming up. Swear. It's, like, crooked. Where are you going? And then you can see me realize, and I'm like, oh my god, his nose is all the way up there? Like, I hate that. Come on, I can't even draw a straight line. Oh gosh, it's just like embarrassing, guys. And then I decide that I'm just gonna be normal and just draw the stupid pupils the way I'm supposed to instead of trying to be cool. Because I had tried to draw it in brown. And then that's it, I think. Like, I think I'm like done. Oh, I'm just kidding. I grabbed my Prismacolor color pencils, and then I like think about it for a minute, and I'm like, I was just like tired, okay? I had worked all day, and I was like, I'm just gonna color it in with a colored pencil. Like, I was sleepy, I needed dinner, and so I kind of was just like, I kind of gave up a little bit. I'll admit that I did give up towards the end, but like, I still really like how it turned out. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. You've listened to me chatter for 30 whole minutes, which is kind of impressive. I would love for you to subscribe, and I would love to make more videos like this if that's something that y'all are interested. So, yeah, let me know.